All right. So Pete Gustis here with the Small Business Resource Center. I am interviewing Jon Vaughn. Jon Vaughn is not a marketer. He's the first person who contacted me back to basically explain what I won with the X's and O's contest. What I thought was great about Jon Vaughn is he says he's not a marketer, he's a software engineer. And what that brought me to him as far as attention is because I spent so much money with different marketing companies. I'm not saying they're all bad, but most of the times you get a negative return on investment. And it seems like a lot of times when you do, if you say something to the company, their first thing is you did something wrong. And I'm usually the type of person who follows things to a T. And then when it doesn't work, I try to ask the person who gave it to me why it doesn't work. Unless it's like putting together a IKEA bed, then I don't look at the directions and I just do it. And then there's extra parts, but my bed still works, so I don't know. But anyways, Jon, tell us about yourself.
Well, my name's Jon Vaughn. I just recently turned 34.
Nice.
I'm a straight male that has no problems with non-straight people. I like them too. They're pretty cool. But I'm not a marketer. I'm a software engineer. So I run a company now. I started my own company like 5 years ago, and we build software. We build SaaS software that helps people automate their business and lots of other stuff.
Nice. Yeah. So I was looking at the introductory training. And what I liked about it is you seem like you have a format where people can start and you're teaching them about certain aspects. And then the software also has some automation. Can you tell us about how all this works?
Yeah. So, when I decided to start my own company, I thought it was going to be fucking awesome. I thought it was going to be like, and the reason I started my company is because I'm a little different type of person. I have a really, really colorful background, as far as being, abused mentally and physically and sexually and stuff. And that caused a lot of issues in my life. So I had a hard time keeping a job really because I really hated my dad, and that kind of carried over having issues with authority, people over top of me and stuff. So plus I'm just really smart. So I always realized that my bosses were kind of stupid. So I thought, hey, I'll start my own company and it will be so much better. So I started my own company, and we were selling software engineering services. We were a service-based company selling engineering services to other people. And we did that for the first 3 years. And I kind of realized that, that's not really for me, that, hey, this isn't really, it's kind of like having a job. It's literally kind of like having a job. I was still selling my time for money. So I started thinking, hey, I actually started trying to learn marketing, started watching, Russell Brunson videos and stuff like that, reading his books, started trying to figure out, hey, how could I switch? What we were doing is we were building predominantly SaaS software for other companies. So they were paying us a lot of money to build them SaaS applications. And I began to actually understand the power of SaaS applications, right? So I wanted to switch my business model and go from selling services to being a product-based company. And I didn't really know how to do that, but I had a Facebook account. And I saw people on Facebook offering trainings, offering courses, and using that as a way to provide value to people and get in front of people and then sell them stuff. And I was like, well, shit, I could do that too. I could teach people all sorts of stuff. So that's what I started doing. I started actually just doing organic marketing on Facebook. It's called attraction marketing. So as I was doing that, it was basically the process of finding the types of people who I knew could essentially buy my stuff, right? That's kind of like the first qualifier. They need to be able to be somebody. It's not that I don't want to provide value to everybody in the world, but let's be real about it. I'm not providing that value just to provide it because I'm giving away free cookies. I'm giving those free cookies away because I sell them by the dozens. All right. So find your target avatar, and then you start to provide value with them somehow, right? You get them to know, like, and trust you, and then you provide enough value to them. Once you provide enough value to them, you can make offers to them. And then most likely, if they have money and they like you, and that thing they find useful, they like the offer, they're going to buy it. So I started doing that. I actually ended up switching my whole business model and funding. Literally, we're fully funded. Last year, I made over $1 million from organic Facebook traffic. And while I was doing this, like the whole time I was actually, this is my job every day now. My job every day is literally like come to Facebook, go to groups, post in groups, message people on Facebook, figure out what content that I'm going to put out trainings to get people to, you know, come and attend those trainings. So as I'm doing this whole process for, you know, 12 months, it was a lot of fucking work. So just like every other problem that I've had in business, I've tried to figure out a software solution to go in and solve that problem for me. So everything, as much as I could automate, I started, you know, building software tools that would actually help me automate the process. What we gave you was Friend Connector, and Friend Connector is awesome. You know, I've made over 500K from easily over 500K from people that I connect with through Friend Connector. So what Friend Connector does is it will start the top process. Remember that top process that I said you have to know your customer avatar? You got to be connected to the type of person that will buy your stuff, because if you're going to give free cookies away, you kind of have to give free cookies away to people who don't have fucking diabetes. They're not on a diet. They're not broke, right? So you want to find somebody that likes cookies, that buys cookies, and has money to buy cookies, and then you give that dude a free cookie. You're like, hey, I got this great cookie. You want to try it? And then he eats it, and he's like, wow, this is a great cookie. And you're like, oh, I got a dozen for $6. You want to buy it? So the first part is to find those cookie buyers, right? And that's what Friend Connector helps you do. And it automates that process of connecting with them, like targeting down on them, connecting with them, and engaging with them, starting an actual conversation. So essentially, it will help you target in on the people that you want to connect with, automatically connect with them, send them a friend request, automatically send them a message when you send them a friend request. And then when they accept your friend request, it will send them another message. Then if they send you a friend request, it will send them a message. If you accept their friend request, it will send them a message. If you decline their friend request, it will send them a message. So it just really automates. And you know, and it works great, because what ends up happening is people sometimes, it doesn't matter which way it's going. If you got incoming friend request or outgoing friend request, if they message you back and then you do your job, right? And then you just message them back. You don't sell anything to them. You message them back. Maybe even you listen to their little stupid sales pitch and stuff, right? But you build a relationship with them. Even if you don't try to sell anything to them at all in the DMs, then as long as you're doing the right process and you're creating valuable content for them, and then you're actually releasing offers, they're going to see that shit, and most likely they're going to buy it. You don't even have to try to sell it to them. So Friend Connector helps you automate that process of connecting with people and then starting the conversation, you know, getting a conversation started. So that's kind of the really important part in business. You know, you either can run ads, which is cold outreach, or you can just, you know, an ad is cold outreach essentially, right? You're hitting somebody's inbox, you're hitting you're getting their attention. You're in front of them because you paid for it. Or you can do the cold outreach. You can just message somebody. And that's just literally starting a conversation is what that is.
Yep. So once you have Friend Connector, do you also have to pay for Facebook ads for it to work, or does with your package? Okay, so it works automatically. Wow, that's great.
Well, Friend Connector is for organic traffic. All right. Yeah. So there on Facebook, there's two different routes that you can really go. You can do organic stuff, or you can use a business page and you can run paid advertisements. So I do mostly organic because I'm not a marketer. So I've tried ads and stuff, and they don't really work so well for me most of the time. Plus I got to create them and stuff, and I'm not really good at that. I'm not really interested in that. Or I got to hire a marketer, and kind of like you said before, you know, they're mostly full of shit, to be honest. You know, not all of them for sure, not all of them, but all the ones that I've really experienced and I've given money to do stuff for me. So Friend Connector helps you with the organic side, you know, your personal Facebook page, and turning that into something that just drives money to your business.
It makes sense. But when you're talking about the marketers, I don't always want to blame them, because there was an article I saw years ago which had me reducing my paid ads with Facebook. It was a magazine company in Canada. I think they spent $600,000 in a couple weeks on ads, and they had such a bad return on investment that they basically didn't pay Facebook. And then they hired a company to investigate, and they said most of the people, quote unquote, I should say, people that clicked on the ads, they didn't even seem like they were real people. They seemed like they were mostly bots or fake profiles. So they questioned how these ads were done and basically refused to pay Facebook, and Facebook never went after them. So it's kind of a bad thing to say, but I kind of think that in my mind, Facebook has a system set up where, you know, they're tech people. They can have bots or people in third world countries that are paid to click on ads or something to increase revenue. I mean, it's not crazy to say that type of thing, even though some people have told me, why would they do that? I'm like, well, do you realize every time somebody clicks on that ad, they're making money? Maybe that's why they would do that. So, so with the package you have, the one thing that kind of interests me is you mentioned Chat Fuel, and then you mentioned ManyChat. I had a ManyChat set up. What are the differences with Chat Fuel and ManyChat that you like Chat Fuel better?
There's a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of differences, a really, really lot of differences. So if you're not a technical person and you don't want to do complex things, then you don't really need to use Chat Fuel. There's no real reason for you to use Chat Fuel. You can use ManyChat. It's just as cost effective. It's actually easier. It's actually easier to use, easier to set up, especially if you're not a technical person, if you're a visual person. Now, and the reason I like the reason that I like Chat Fuel myself and I prefer Chat Fuel myself, there's lots of different reasons. The main one is because in Facebook Messenger and the API itself, anyways, a chatbot has something that's allowed called a ref parameter. That ref parameter is just a URL attribute. It's a URL parameter. So that just basically means it's custom data. It's a URL parameter. So what that means, if you understand how Facebook works and how the API works, it's literally just a URL. You're sending data to a URL. So you can pass data as a ref parameter. So you can pass variable data. So for example, let's say for example, you're a realtor for some reason, right? And you got a website. And what's that website probably got? It's probably got all your listings and shit on it, right? So yes. What essentially you can do with the ref parameter is you can, since you're on that page with that specific listing, you probably know what listing that is. So you can encode that as URL parameter and you can send it as the ref parameter to the chatbot. And even though this person's never been in your chatbot before, and he would typically go to your welcome screen, your default welcome screen, since you've passed that variable data and the ref parameter, what you can do is you can now send it to your chatbot and your chatbot can execute logic and actually look that house up and just be like, oh, hey, I see you're interested in this house. You know, here's the cost of it. Here's where it's at. Here's the estimated value at it. Here's, you know, whatever fuck else you do as a realtor. Here's a, you know, 3D tour of it. Here's so you can't do that with ManyChat. ManyChat, no other chatbot platform that I know of allows you access to the ref parameter. Now you can get it if you build your own platform, but Chat Fuel, they give you access to that ref parameter. So so I like to do, when I first was actually starting my partner program, which is how I transitioned from a service-based to a product-based company, I was learning affiliate marketing and stuff like that. So anyways, my chatbot, I wanted to make sure that I could set up in a way where it could support, you know, affiliates that were essentially sending people into my chatbot, and I could easily know, okay, hey, how did that person came in? Because essentially with the ref parameter, now what I can do is I could literally create my own affiliate link for my chatbot, and I can share that out to people, and they can literally send leads to my chatbot by just giving them a link. And then when they click on that link, they get put into my chatbot, and my chatbot can automatically know which affiliate sent me this lead. Where did this lead come from?
Oh, okay, great. So does the Friend Finder have a affiliate program?
No, honestly, the more I learned about affiliate marketing and the more that I got into that world, I decided that, you know, I really don't like that space and I don't like most of those motherfuckers, and that's not how I wanted my shit promoted. So I don't have an affiliate platform. We have like a quasi affiliate platform. We have an affiliate program for our partners, which is only available to our partners. Other than that, all of our software, we have a partner program instead of an affiliate program. And the difference is you get screened and you pay up front. So you kind of pay up front and you bulk purchase essentially licenses on our software. And then you don't have to sell them at our prices. We essentially allow you to bundle them up with what And kind of what we want you to do and kind of where we gear you to is to offer value-added services, because it gives you a blended margin, which is if you look at some of the most successful fucking companies in the world, it's why they're successful. Because if you look at their income stream, that's a blended thing. You know, they could have a product that lost them $6 million this year and they don't give a fuck, because 3 years from now it's going to be making 15 million a year, and they have a blended revenue stream. So whenever you mix, like if you're a coach and you're offering a service, right? So like you're a marketer, right? Or you're a business coach and you help people launch their online fitness groups or whatever. A lot of that, it becomes hard to, the value added there is very subjective. Right. So one person could be like, oh my God, this is worth, you know, $10,000 a month. I could come in and be like, oh my God, you guys are fucking noobs. Are you kidding me? I'm not paying you fucking jack shit for this. Actually, I'm going to teach this class because you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Right. So value is very, very subjective, but software is not so much. So it allows you to now have a subscription, right? Which is you're trading cash flow for throughput, which is great whenever you get rid of throughput and you change it for cash flow. So you're on a subscription. So we have a partner program, not an affiliate program. It works out. I think it works out best for both parties. As a partner, you have a lot more flexibility with what you can do, how you can promote, prices. I mean, you don't even necessarily have to charge for our software as long as it's attached to your own offer and your own product. So we let you leverage it like that.
Mm-hmm. So what other systems or softwares that you sell with your company?
So we have 10 different softwares in the market right now. I guess 11 if you count the one that we just launched in beta.
Okay.
So we have a lot of different softwares basically to help business owners, entrepreneurs, online marketers to go from basically data, which you can say is the coldest traffic. It's not even at that point, it's not even a lead really, right? It's a quasi lead. It's just data, but to go from data to essentially, you know, a repetitive red hot buyer, we pretty much have software for that whole process.
Nice. Okay. Excellent. So I'm interested to get started in your program, the Friend Finder. How long do you expect a normal person, maybe I'm not normal, somebody who works slow sometimes or is too busy would take to finish all the training? Because the one thing I looked at is there's steps in training and learning everything to start. Or did I understand that wrong?
Well, there's kind of sort of, I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, you don't really need anything to start but your own ambition and your own eagerness to learn and try and fail and do. That's all you need. If you don't have that, you should never start in the fucking first place, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But there are frameworks that you could use that could necessarily bootstrap you or have worked for other people for sure. So there's training there. I don't know. It maybe honestly, I don't know what training you're talking about. If you're talking about just the friend connector training, because that's what we gave you guys in that X and O's, then that's maybe at most 2 hours training all together on how to use the software. It's not a lot. It's actually pretty easy. The software.
Oh yeah, that's pretty easy. Well, you know, keep in mind, me being new with it, I was like, how long is this going to take? So yeah, 2 hours is easy for anybody to pick it up and start messing with it and probably get it working then. That sounds awesome. Okay.
Yeah, well, the whole goal is for you, and it really depends on, I mean, you can just go add random people if you want to add random people. And I'll tell you for a fact that can work. It's worked for me. I've done that on 2 different profiles. So essentially I've repeated this process. I'm on the 6th time right now, and I haven't hit if you go to your friends page, once you have Friend Connector extension, if you go to your friends page, you'll see there's an unfriend all button, which is something that I like to do because I have a paid offer where I sell my Facebook friendship actually. So it started at $7 and now it's $97 a month. And then I'll delete everybody and essentially start back over because it allows me to test stuff out, build software, and then, you know, basically go through 5,000 leads and trash them, not beg any of them to buy my stuff, but just be myself, be who I want to be, who I'm happy with, do my thing. If they can get down with that, great. We can make money together. We can do business. If not, okay. They can also. I mean, I'm not really upset if somebody spends their whole life just hating me and you know, it's like they never have success because they spend too much time hating me. This whatever to me is like. But it's pretty easy. I mean, the software there is literally just using the software, how to use Friend Connector. And that's pretty quick. It shouldn't take you more than an hour to really learn how to use Friend Connector. The more complex thing would essentially be, you know, how to use it effectively to fulfill an end goal, which is making money from Facebook. And that could be, I mean, relatively longer. So,
okay. So question, if like, let's just say you do multiple things like me, like I have a small business help and I have a real estate business. Can you use the same Friend Connector account to market to two different groups or not really?
Well, Friend Connector is just literally connecting you with people on Facebook, starting a messaging process with them. So yeah, for sure. You could totally do that if you want to do that.
Excellent. Excellent. So. All right. Well, anything else that you want to add? I got no other questions. I think my brain is full and I'm ready now. So about your website and information, where can people get more information to get Friend Connector and other software that you sell? Well,
the best place is if they just go to www.jonvaughn.io.
Okay. Excellent.
I mean, they could go to friendconnector.io and find out about Friend Connector, and people do that. So you could go there, but the other website is better because it just gives, it's like the same price and it's just a much better offer.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, thanks for your time, John. I appreciate everything, and it looks like I'll get started on the Friend Connector probably this weekend, and hopefully I'll have it up and running this weekend too. So I'll give an update after that.
Cool.
Nice speaking with you and have a good evening.
You too.
All right, see you.
See ya.